but this week's submission comes from almost 2 decades ago. Hello there. About 18 years ago, I went on a first date to the cinema with a nice girl. We watched an evening viewing of the film Final Fantasy. Doesn't matter which one, because they're all the same. The date went well, so I pushed my luck. Afterwards, I asked if she'd fancy a drink. Just the one, mind, because I was driving and had to work at 4 a.m. in the morning. So we went to a bar nearby, where we ordered a drink and went to sit down. At this point, I'd not even had a sip of my pint. She went to show me something in her handbag and accidentally elbowed my pint, confronting me with a tidal wave of lager that headed straight for my lap. She was very apologetic, and I said it was okay, even though it wasn't okay. I was wet and loved those jeans, but rather than sit in wet jeans, we decided to just call it a night. On the way back to the car, I realised I couldn't sit in my car seat with wet jeans because I'd got to be in the same seat 6 hours later to drive to work, so I came up with a plan. I had a Tesco bag in the boot carrying a football, so I took my jeans off and made 2 holes in the Tesco bag and wore it as a pair of pants. I knew this would fix my problem and get a laugh from my date. As I took her home, a police car decided to pull me over by a pub. I didn't want to reveal my Tesco bag pants, so I sat nervously in the car. The policeman came up to the window and said that I'd got a brake light out. I thanked the officer and tried to be on my way. But just as he was leaving, he got a whiff of my lager-stained legs and asked if I'd been drinking, to which I replied no. He then asked me again, and I replied with the true story. The copper asked me to step out of the car, which I politely declined to do. He then got angry and ordered me out of the car. So at this point, I'm standing next to a policeman smelling of lager in a pair of Tesco bag pants and doing a breathalyser test. Because I've never done a breathalyser test before, I wasn't blowing hard enough, and when the policeman reset the device, it broke. So he got on the radio to ask if backup could bring an extra breathalyser. Unfortunately, 2 police cars turned up with blue lights flashing. Now I had 3 police cars, all with flashing blue lights, almost blocking the road, and it started to look like a major police incident. This drew the people in the pub out, wondering what was going on, and they piled out to see me half naked in a Tesco bag pair of pants with 6 police officers around me doing a breathalyser test. Meanwhile, the date I was on with was wetting herself. I explained my story to all 6 officers. The result came back 0 on the breathalyser, and I got a jokey caution to wear proper trousers whilst driving. I never went on a second date with her due to the shame. What an extraordinary tale there.